And we are live. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBit Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having an amazing start to your morning. It is 5:25 in the morning here in Arizona, but I wanted to make sure that I went live and that we captured today's CPI data report. So today is July 11th. And the June CPI data report is about to be released in the next 5 minutes. So we have a market expectation of 3.1%. That is the forecast. We currently sit at 3.3%. So they're actually expecting inflation to drop. This is going to be released on bls.gov/CPI, and we'll see if it actually comes in as expected. What's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys all doing today? You guys hear me okay? Looks like we're already seeing some volatility during this pre-market session. A little bit of selling pressure. We hit lows of 502.40. What's up? What's up? Yeah, so the June CPI data report, we saw a 0.2% increase. So it's going to be very interesting to see if we see no change or no increase in the month of June for 2024, because they're either expecting no increase or a 0.1% increase based off of what is calculated. And then we have core CPI at 3.4%. So we'll break this all down once it actually gets released, if that's cool with you guys. Or if you guys just want to, do you guys want me to break it down? Right? You guys want me to break down what the overall CPI is, core CPI? We can look at how much it actually jumped or dropped by. And then we can look down the list on the month of June, right? Because June is about to be added. So we'll see based off of these line items if inflation went up or down. All right, we got 3 minutes left. So all I ask you to do is drop a thumbs up if you feel like we earned it. So I really do appreciate you guys choosing to tune on into my live stream. And hopefully you can consider subscribing if you guys haven't done so already. All right. In the next 3 minutes, we should be seeing the market react. Market is currently at pretty much all-time highs, right? Looking at QQQ, it's mind-boggling that the market just does not pull back at this point. We're very overbought, very overextended, and the market still could continue to run higher. That's definitely a possibility. It's not something that is not possible at all, and it's all depending on how this report comes out. So we'll see what is actually released. I'll get this all ready right on over here. Yep, there we go. And also do not forget, we do have a trade tracker that tracks every politician's trade every single Monday. So if you're someone that doesn't want to necessarily be looking for it, but you just want to be kept up to date on what politicians are trading, we send out a free newsletter every single Monday. And if you want to subscribe to it, literally the first link in the description down below, you could refresh your screen. First link will give you access to our trade tracker. You type in your email, you subscribe, and you'll receive an email from us every Monday, just keeping you up to date on if Nancy or any of her other friends in Congress are taking any trades. All right, let's see. There we go. We have 2 minutes left. 2 minutes before the report is released. We're going nearly break even. Let me see a show of hands for all those that are tuning on in live. What do we think? Is it going to be bullish or bearish? All right, less than 1 minute left. Let's see which way we go. Bullish or bearish? Let me know down in the chat. Market should react instantly. After the market reacts, depending if it's bullish or bearish, after we see the market react, we'll go and jump on in and actually start breaking down that CPI data report. So it should be any second now. Any second. There it goes. 15 seconds. 15. Make sure you guys drop a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I wish you guys the best of luck. We'll see if we continue to rally higher for longer or if we actually begin to sell off. And here we go. Is that a bullish? Yep, looks bullish. QQQ pushing. What did it come in at? Looks bullish. Is it holding? Is this going to be a fake out? What did it come in at? Dude, this thing's loading super slow. There's probably too many people trying to download it. Another 0.3% in the green. Here goes the month of June. We came in with all items lower than what was expected. We came in at 3%. We saw a decline. Whoa. This is the first time that we've ever seen a decline in the past 12 months. Honestly, maybe in the past, I honestly haven't even taken that into consideration because it hasn't even been an outcome. But we came in lower than what was expected. We saw a decline in the month of June. And we have core CPI, all items less food and energy, coming in at 3.3%. So also went down 0.01%. Look at that. We are at the lowest point that we have ever been, and this is matching what we were at in June of 2023. That's pretty wild. We are back to lows of 3% inflation. It doesn't feel like it, but we're there, right? According to this report, our inflation rate is at 3%. We came in with core CPI at 3.3%. And we'll break down these line items in just a little bit, right? I just wanted to see how the market is reacting. Yeah, again, some people like to state that the numbers are cooked. It is what it is. This is the report. It's based off of how it's actually calculated. If you think that the numbers are cooked, then again, that's more of a conspiracy theory. And if that's, I don't know. I just feel like when someone says something like that, it's just they're not happy with what actually is being reported, or they don't want to accept with what it actually is being reported. And do I agree that markets should be this high? Well, it doesn't matter what you and I think, right? Markets continue to run higher for longer, and that's the current market sentiment. And the market looks incredibly bullish. So because of this 3% inflation rate, can now the market and the Federal Reserve justify cutting interest rates, right? As we get closer to that 2% target that the Federal Reserve is, so full-heartedly chasing. So, all right. Well, let's go ahead, and I don't want to take too much of your guys' time. I'm going to zoom on in here. Let me make sure that you guys can see it okay. And I want to make sure that you can see these numbers that we're about to break down, okay? So the way that this inflation rate or inflation report is calculated is, right, just like, right, I showed you the previous CPI data report and it only had the month of May. Now we just added the month of June. And there's these line items. These line items are like food at home, food away from home, energy commodities, gasoline, fuel. So all they're tracking is from month to month to month to month to month, right? Are the prices going up or down in these specific line items? So for all items, we saw a 0.1% increase. A 0.1% decrease. This is the first decrease, which you're probably going to read a lot about in a lot of different articles. So it's the first 0.1% decrease that we've seen from these inflation reports. So that's pretty good for the bulls, right? Food saw a 0.2% increase. Food at home saw a 0.1% increase. Food away from home saw a 0.4% increase. And then energy saw a drop of 2%. Energy commodities saw a drop of negative, right? 3.7%. These are huge drops. Wow. No wonder it came in lower. Gasoline saw a drop of 3.8%. These are some of the biggest drops I've seen. Is gasoline cheaper for you guys at the pump, or at least for the month of June? That's wild. 3.7% is what we see as a drop. 3.8% is what we see as a drop for gasoline. Then we got fuel oil, a 2.4% drop. Energy services, a 0.1% drop. We got utility gas pipe services, a 0.7% drop. I'm sorry. And then all items less food and energy, we saw a 0.1% increase. So utility gas pipe services is actually a 2.4% increase. So it shows that some of that is actually saw an increase. Looks like NASDAQ is beginning to curl over. You know what's going to be really weird is that if the market begins to sell off with a better than expected inflation report, there's no way that would happen. Market's way too bullish, but that would be absolutely wild. But new vehicles saw, this is commodities less food and energy saw a drop of 0.1% increase. This is why core CPI, core CPI saw a drop of 0.1%. We have new vehicles, a 0.2% decrease. Used cars and trucks, a 1.5% decrease. We have apparel, saw an increase of 0.1%. Medical care commodities saw an increase of 0.2%. We have services, less energy services, a 0.1% increase. We have shelter, an increase of 0.2%. Transportation services, a decrease of 0.5%. And medical care services, an increase of 0.2%. So that is the entire breakdown. Again, these are the line items that never change. So what I want you to understand, if this is your first time ever tuning on into the CPI data report, all that these CPI data reports consist of are these line items are pretty much, areas that this report is tracking inflation on. And if inflation is going up or down from month to month to month to month, so the next report that we're going to get is when the month of July is completed, and we're in August. In August, they're going to report on the month of July, and it's going to be the same line items, but all they're going to be tracking is from June to July. Did we see an increase or decrease in these line items? Very, very simple, very, very straightforward. Just want to make sure that all makes sense to you. So again, overall CPI came in at 3%, and then we have core CPI that came in at 3.3%. This is the first drop that we've seen on the actual inflation report. So last month we saw we saw no change, which was pretty, significant. This time we saw a 0.1% decrease, and the big factor behind that is, again, energy. Energy was a big contributor this month on why inflation has gotten or dropped so much. Our biggest contributor was gasoline. So gasoline saw a drop of 3.8%, which is absolutely wild. I mean, that's a super significant drop. If it wasn't because of that, we most likely would have came in higher than what was actually expected. But we saw such a significant drop in this energy sector from the month of June to the month of July. I'm sorry, for the month of May to the month of June. All right. But other than that, NASDAQ market reacting in a positive way. It's up 0.33%, going back to retest. We'll see if by the time the market opens, which is in about 45 minutes, if the market continues to run higher for longer, or if people begin to lock in profits and begin to see some selling pressure. So it's a little bit too early to tell as of right now. We'll make sure that we follow up. We're going to be going live with all of our LPP traders. So again, that's that second link in the description down below. Do not forget, if you guys haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to our trade tracker that tracks Nancy Pelosi and all of her Congress friends' trades every single Monday. So it's a free newsletter that is released every Monday. If you guys want to subscribe, it's going to be the first link in the description down below. Again, if you want to tune on into the live trading session, that is going to be that second link in the description down below. It's my LPP team, and they get to watch me trade live every single day right at market open. So again, if you ever want the ability and you learn best by watching other people do, it might be something that you might want to entertain and tune on in. So Ricky, can you please, The link is not working. The link should be working. If it's not, feel free to send me a direct message via Discord or via Instagram if you're trying to look for the link. So you should have me on Discord or you should have me on Instagram because that's all linked down below. But yeah, just shoot me a direct message and would love to answer any questions you might have. So make sure you message me now because in about 45 minutes, we're going to be going live with the LPP team and would love to have you there. So you could sign up right now and get access by the time that the market opens. So appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care.